Hey, what's up guys? Jake here with Success Motors. I have a walk around video for you all today. As you can see, it's a beautiful Ford Excursion. It is a 7.3 liter as you saw in the vehicle or the video title. But if this is your first time with us, welcome. My name is Jake. I'm the owner operator of Success Motors down here in College Station, Texas. And we film these 15 to 20 minute walk around videos so that if you're buying this vehicle out of state, you can make that decision as educated as possible. So we do handle everything electronically if you're out of state. Now we always recommend coming to College Station, put your hands on the vehicle. Inevitably I'm going to miss something that you would see, but if that's not on the cards for you and you're out of state, we can do it online. We can handle everything through DocuSign and cashier's check or wire transfer, and we can deliver this thing to your door. But I'm going to go through it, I'm going to drive it, I'm going to show you under it, I'm going to show you inside, and I'm going to try to show you everything that I know about it to be almost as good as coming and looking at it in person. Now like and subscribe if you don't mind. It is super helpful. I know it's basically nothing, but I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers. I'm at like 1,950. So like and subscribe would be helpful and a blessing to me. All right, let me get out of the way and I'll show you. I'm gonna walk from a distance with all the doors open, and then I will close the doors and I'll try to show you everything. Now, of course, if you have any questions about this, give me a call, 979-202-1948. This one is a 2001 Ford Excursion 7.3 liter Powerstroke Diesel. This one is a limited four-wheel drive. Check this out, guys. It is a one-owner Southern truck. That's right, it's a one-owner Southern truck. No accidents on Carfax, and no damage reported, and no rocker rust. No rust in the rockers, and I'll show you that in a minute. Now, I will say on Carfax, it technically shows 3 owners, which is kind of interesting, but it's all the same family, if you will. So the guy that I picked this up from, well, actually I got it from his wife because the husband had died, and they were selling their house also. So this thing was parked at their house, and their house was for sale for $14 million. So this was a very well-off family. This thing was taken care of. In fact, I predominantly worked with one of their employees who had been with this thing since new, and he was responsible for traveling with the family and maintaining their vehicles. So he was actually able to tell me everything about this thing. But then the gentleman passed away and his wife had no use for it. Anyway, I say all that to say, when he died, I guess they put it into her name so she could sell it. So it technically shows, I think, 3 owners. One was like their corporation, one was him, and one was her. So anyway, it's a one owner, at least it's a one family, but it shows 3 on Carfax. Anyway, awesome rig, 234,000 miles on it. Just kind of doing a little walkthrough. I'll close the doors here in a minute. You can see the inside it's very nice, very clean. Front 2 seats have been reupholstered, so you can see they're in perfect condition. Missing a little knob that goes right here to adjust the lumbar support. I was told it was custom ordered the way that it is. Now I cannot confirm nor refute that, but I was told by the worker that it was custom ordered the way that it was. So I don't know if it came with this from the factory or if they added it, but it looks kind of cool. A little bit of wood grain there. I think it adds a little bit to it. You can see the windshield is clean, no cracks. There is a small chip over there. I'll show you when we get over there, but no cracks in the dash. And you'll also see that wood trim carries over on the door. Come through and I'll go ahead and just show you the rocker. As you can see, no rust in there. Again, this is a Southern truck. No rust in the door. Coming around back, you can see that the wood grain is also on the back door. And then even up here on the AC vents, which is kind of cool. It just looks kind of cool. Obviously, it's like a vinyl or something, but it does look pretty cool. This one does not have the infotainment, but of course it has the rear AC. Second row appears to be in good shape. You know, it's all original back here, so this is, you know what, 24-year-old leather, but it is in good shape. Carpets look clean. You can see the center console even has the wood grain. Headliner looks clean. And then, of course, the rocker. No rust in the rocker and no rust in the door. Show you in the wheel wells too. I'll come around for a better exterior here in a minute. Doing these videos is a little bit different. Carpet's clean, no mat back here. There probably was a mat at some point, but carpets are clean. Spare tires in there. Actually looks to be in pretty good tread on that spare tire. I don't know the age on it. Headliner's clean, and these panels are clean. So yeah, the guy told me they just used it to drive to Wisconsin on their like annual hunting trip, and anytime they went on a long trip, they took the Excursion. He was an Hispanic guy, and he called it Excursion. It was a really nice guy. Wood grain. If you have any questions, call me 979-202-1948. As far as maintenance history goes, all that I know is the alternator and batteries were replaced recently. Apparently the shocks were done about 5 years ago, and the tires are basically brand spanking new. And again, I'll show you those, the exterior and underneath and all that stuff here in just a minute. Wood grain again on this side as well, of course. Steering wheel is a little discolored underneath here, so that's why it's got the wrap on it. And of course, the driver's seat was reupholstered as well, so it's in beautiful condition. Also, check that out. The wood grain looks cool. And then you can see it does have the small chip there in the windshield. And then also, it looks like this had probably gotten loose at some point, so somebody stuck a screw in here. So just make note of that. Not a big deal, but that's why there's a screw right there. It does have a trailer brake controller, and I believe this thing to be basically bone stock mechanically. I don't remember if I showed you this rocker yet or not. Looks good. And there's the original VIN sticker. So yeah, interior's in good shape. I'll show you under the hood here in a minute. Just gonna walk around, close all the doors. We'll walk around it from a distance so you can get an idea of what it looks like with the doors closed. And then of course I'll get closer to it and show you the condition of it. But a very nice Excursion, guys. It's the cool blue and tan color. You don't see this too often. Very nice paint condition and quality. Yeah, really nice condition. There's not any significant damage. There's one big dent, which I'll show you that here in just a minute, but I'll get a little bit closer to it now and just try to show you the true condition of it. The paint is very nice. We did not do a paint correction or a polish or anything. It just looks really nice. Again, those tires are, those are new tires. I was told the shocks were replaced about 5 years ago. Beautiful blue color. Looks like a light scratch here that was probably repaired at some point. But good news that it was repaired and not just left alone. I don't see any rock chips or door dings. Really nice rig again, guys. And again, it's one owner, although I guess I should call it a 3-owner because it technically is 3, but I'll say one family. One family owned this thing since new, bought it new. And again, the guy that showed it to me and I got to walk around with, he had been around since it was bought new, and he's able to tell me all about it. So I didn't see any dents or dings or big scratches except the one on the passenger side door, the front door, that had been repaired. Now, coming around here, this is the biggest flaw on the whole thing. And I think this even happened recently because there's no rust here. Again, this thing was garage kept. The guy had multiple big garages and buildings, so this thing was kept inside. But looks like this did happen recently. It's got a little dent. It definitely got nudged in right there. Scale out, it's about the size of my watch. It's right there and right there. Scuffed up the back tail light a little bit, and it's got a little chip right there. So not massive, but it is there. And that'd probably be hard to get out because it's on that curvature, but it might be able to get PDR'd, not sure. Coming around back, No oxidation or clear coat flake there. Cool rig. I like blue. Blue is one of my preferred colors. Backup sensors, does have a backup camera that is functional and functioning. I'll show you that here in a little bit. I'll show you the roof here in a minute, and I'll show you underneath here in a minute as well. And of course, we'll drive it. Not seeing any scratches. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. Looks like this probably came loose at some point, and they've put a layer of double-sided tape back there, so it's got a little bit thicker than normal. It's not coming off. It looks like it probably came off at some point and somebody taped it. Again, no rust in there. Getting hard to find a 7.3 liter all stock in this type of condition. Some people like them when they've been, lifted and whatnot, and a lot of people like them when they're just stock. Looks like probably a door ding right there. Looks more like a smudge, no ding. More like a smudge. Didn't see any major dents or dings. Just that one door ding. I mean, it's a smudge, but it might be a little ding right there on that driver's side door. Paint is immaculate, guys. Paint is really good. Here's a better shot of that little chip on the outside. Paint looks really good. And of course, tires are all the same. What size are these? These are size 265 75 R16. So I believe that's the factory size. Check out the hood. Hood looks really good. Hood looks really good. Couple of rock chips, 1, 2, 3. But clear coat looks great. No flake. And then coming around front, looks good. Now, underneath looks good. I will say it probably had a little surface rust on there, and the frame has been kind of spray painted to look better, or undercoated to look better. Sometimes they get, so frame looks good, axle looks good. Try to get up underneath there. Rockers look good. Frame looks really good because it has been, somebody has gone in and undercoated it. No leaks. It's been sitting on our concrete floor, and it didn't leave anything underneath it. Pretty clean underneath, guys. Little bit of surface rust on the frame, but it's been coated at some point, which makes it look nice. But no rust in the rockers, just a little bit of a, we do have humidity down here in Texas, so frames get a little bit crusty sometimes, but looks good. And then roof looks great. Yeah, roof looks awesome. All right, let's start this thing up. Starting to sprinkle a little bit. All right, this is relatively a cold start. I just started it to pull it out of the garage. You'll see it still has the wait to start light on over there. Has not been driven today. Just started to pull out of the garage. Started right up, as it has every time since I've had it. This one drives good, runs good. You'll see that in a minute as we drive it. But 234,000, 18 miles, no check engine light, no ABS light, none of that. AC is blowing cold right now. Radio's working. Rear AC is blowing cold. Let's see here. Window goes all the way up and down, a little slow, I'll say, but all the way up and down. All the way up and down. Same one. All the windows work. I would say they're all a tick slow, but they do work. And the locks work. Let's see here. Does that mirror work? Yep, hopefully you saw that. And yes. And then this seat move me forward, move me back. Hopefully you're able to see all of that. All right, so as far as I know, everything inside works. So I can confirm that looks like a new alternator, and that looks like a new serpentine belt. Battery, date code April 2023. Coolant looks good and clean. Turbo pedestal area probably had a leak at some point because it looks like it's all been cleaned up. Nothing. Not even a little bit of smoke coming out. Nothing. Just looks great. Can pretty confidently say no blow by. Super nice, guys. If you have any questions, give me a call. But this is a nice rig. All right. So let me go over it again, just make sure I didn't forget anything. 2001 Ford Excursion Limited, 7.3 liter Powerstroke Diesel, 4-wheel drive. One family has owned it. And if you look at the Carfax, you'll notice like the first year it was in somebody, like one owner. And then from like 2002 until 2024, it was in one owner. And then in 2024, they put it in the wife's name. So again, I believe the entirety of its ownership, it was custom ordered for one family. So technically 3 owner, I suppose, on Carfax, but one family. No rust in the rockers that we could see there. Maybe a little bit of crust on the frame that's been sprayed with an undercoating just to make it look better. It's got a new set of tires on it, newer alternator, newer batteries, and then shocks were replaced 5 years ago per the previous owner. We didn't do that, so just acknowledge that. But no accidents on Carfax, clean title. And everything works. Windows were a little bit slow, but they work. And overall, very clean exterior and very clean interior. And even this little guy is working. I know it looks like it's flickering, but that's just because the camera makes it do that. It's not flickering. So, all right, nothing left but to take this thing for a quick test drive. If this one's not tickling your fancy, we do have, several others currently listed, as well as a few on the way. Oh, I wanted to show you this also. This is an aftermarket mirror. And there's your rear view camera. It pops up right there. So that's kind of cool. So if you need a rear view camera, this one does have it. All right, let's take this thing for a little cruise. So I've already driven this thing quite a bit. I went on an extensive test drive when I bought it. And then I've driven it quite a bit here in town. And I can confirm that it drives really well. Well, let's hop out there on the open road. AC's blowing cold, by the way. First shift there was great. Second shift was great. Couple of rocks coming off the tires. Yikes, hate that sound. Up to 45 miles an hour into either third or fourth gear. 50 miles an hour. Of course, I didn't just romp on it. I never romp on them. Speed limit on this road is 60. It's not a super smooth highway, so it's a little bit rough. So it's a good test. You'll notice I'm one-handing it right now. Steering feels tight. No weird vibrations. We're going 60, running about 1,800 RPMs. No lights on. Steering feels really good, actually. Feels nice and tight. We're kind of going around a curve. I'm gonna let my hand off the steering wheel here in a second. Ooh, I didn't put a license plate on this thing. Ooh, I got pulled over the other day for not having a license plate. I hope I don't run into a police officer. I just remembered I forgot to put a plate on the back. All right, hand off the steering wheel. Oh, the road's turning again, but it seems to turn and steer good, ride good. 65 miles an hour, running about, 1,900 RPMs. Interior is quiet. I'm not hearing any rattles or squeaks. I'm gonna go ahead and not risk my luck. I'm gonna turn this thing around. I'll keep the video going a little bit longer here since it hasn't been a super long test drive. We'll test the ability to do a UE in a Ford Excursion. Guys, if you have any questions about this one or any other one that we've had listed, just give me a call, 979-202-1948. Check out our website, successmotors.net. There's a Carfax report for everything we have listed, including this one, on the website. Not a bad UE there. Turning radius is pretty good. You guys get to see another kind of acceleration. Again, not a hard acceleration. All the shifts were great. All right, video's been going on for about 21 minutes. Hopefully you've got a great idea of this Excursion. Again, I always recommend coming to College Station. You're welcome to have a mechanic come look at it if you're not going to come, but we can handle everything electronically if you'd like. I'm happy to provide any other videos or pictures if you haven't seen enough just yet and you want to buy it. I would act quickly because I do think this one will sell pretty quick. And if you have any questions, give me a call. Otherwise, God bless you all, and I will talk to you very soon.